Hi, Adam Neal with Alco Chemical. Today I am going to be covering basic supplies to keep every room in your school clean and healthy. Standard supplies for your janitorial cart. What I would like to accomplish in this conversation is getting everybody to clean in the same fundamental ways with the same fundamental techniques. And that would mainly include using the same items to clean your elementary school in the district as you would in the high school. An example of items that would be on your janitorial cart would be microfiber tools in a color-coded fashion, whether that be red, green, blue, and yellow. If it be towels or mop heads. A toilet bowl brush, would definitely be highly recommended to be on your janitorial cart, including crystal clears, a glass cleaner, and all-purpose cleaner. Choosing your disinfectant to be on that cart. A small broom and a dustpan. A mop head for doing floors, and your PPE, your goggles, gloves, and masks. One of the items that we all discovered out of COVID that quickly appeared to help us accomplish disinfecting large rooms was the electrostatic sprayers. We all know what electrostatic sprayers are at this point. They're a device that applies a small electrical charge to disinfectant product when passing through the nozzle. These charged droplets cling to surfaces, allowing them to wrap the conductive surfaces with an effective and even coverage. They're designed to save time and labor and cover a broader area, essentially. For example, doing a locker room, would take a great amount of time and effort. If you were just wiping the surface down, but introducing these electrostatic sprayers, and doing lockers and/or desktops, it helps you accomplish a whole lot in less amount of time. One of the things I wanted to discuss with you in this frame is best practices. In that, I mean, we're going to recommend use of certain tools that will allow you to do your job in a more efficient and effective manner. For instance, the Unger desk and table cleaning kit. It cleans 4 times faster than the conventional methods. It uses color-coded green to prevent cross-contamination, or it can use a color-coded red, if you're disinfecting to prevent cross-contamination. The bucket that is pictured here is a dual compartment bucket that separates the clean solution from the dirty solution, ensuring the use of clean solution every time. The microfiber pads reduce 96% of surface bacteria with less chemicals. This kit includes, most importantly, a short-handled pole to work at tabletop heights. So the pole that's pictured in this, you're not going to be using on floors, you're going to be using strictly to clean tabletops, whether it's in cafeterias or in the classroom settings on desktops. And it just allows you to do things a whole lot more quickly and efficiently. And most importantly, it allows you to do it without touching things. For instance, if you're currently wiping down the cafeteria tables with a rag, this short-handled pole allows you to, not touch, and dry your hands out with disinfectants or sanitizers, and allows you to quickly move from room to room or table to table while you're doing it. The entrance, referring to the entrance of your buildings, never underestimate the power of a good first impression. In this, we're going to cover, just the importance of your initial floor matting coming into your main entrances in your buildings. We're also going to discuss, the selection of certain chemicals, especially in the winter, that will help you neutralize ice melt residue that can be a little bit tricky and kind of create like a white powdery substance on your floors. After all, the first thing that anybody sees when they walk into your buildings is your floors. Your entryway and hallway floors, it's something that we all take pride in, because invariably it's the first thing that anybody's going to notice when they walk into your buildings is the appearance of your floors. So having said that, selecting the correct chemical, especially in the winter, that will allow you to neutralize the ice melt residue that gets tracked into your buildings and kind of creates that opaque white residue that's left on your floors. Alco has a product called Freedom that is excellent for reducing the ice melt residue and eliminating that. So whether you're mopping the floors or putting it into an auto scrubber, this will allow you to emulsify and take that ice melt residue off of your flooring. Entrance and floor matting. Just 1 square yard of carpet can accumulate 1 pound of dirt a week and twice that in inclement weather. As few as 150 people entering a building can track in 1 pound of dirt in a 5-day work week, costing over $30,000 annually to clean or remove. When placed correctly, entrance matting can trap up to 90% of dirt, dust, debris, and moisture from entering the building. Obviously, that makes cleaning the rest of the building much easier if you can trap all that dirt at the entryway. Proper matting also helps reduce wear on hard surface floors and reduce soiling of carpets, while effectively minimizing slip and falls by keeping the floors clean and dry. Locations: entrances, transitional areas, walk-offs in your gym, enter before elevator or escalator entrances, and exits of commercial kitchens and vending areas. Any areas essentially where there can be slip and falls. I mean, it's kind of common sense areas, so it could be in front of a drinking fountain for that matter. Care, as far as taking care of your matting. Daily vacuuming, as I mentioned, picking an older vacuum. These vacuums are not a friend of moisture. Deep clean over breaks. Deep cleaning, obviously it's easier said than done. If it's large mats, you can take them outside and pressure wash them. You can also clean them in place with just your, pre-treating them with a product like Freedom, pre-spray, pre-treat. Let it sit for 5 or 10 minutes so the chemical can work, and then extract it with a carpet extractor. So in regards to the matting that you're going to be tasked with taking care of, which can be a little bit tricky in the winter months, you're going to probably want to select whatever old vacuum you have, because vacuums do not like vacuuming up moisture. So either use a wet dry vac that works well in a moist environment, or pick one of your old vacuums that you might be okay with having some issues with. You're going to want to vacuum up your matting and remove the rock salt or ice melt that gets trapped in. In addition, once the matting starts to really harden up, as the ice melt, kind of eventually turns it to like a white stone, utilizing a product, a certain chemical like Freedom that we make, you can pre-spray the matting with, and then use your extraction or carpet extractors to, kind of reclaim that matting. Classrooms, we're going to go over the individual areas in your building that you're going to be tasked with cleaning. Obviously, you're going to want to do certain fundamental things. Gather your equipment and wear and select the proper personal protective equipment. Obviously that would include gloves, and everything else would kind of be up to your individual choice. Move counterclockwise through the work area. Pick up obvious trash and empty trash cans. Separate trash from recycling. Dust from top to bottom. Clean the corners and crevices. Obviously, that's where all the dirt kind of migrates to. Unfortunately, it doesn't end up in the center of the room. It kind of works up until the edges. Dust mopping. Disinfect high-touch surfaces. Spot clean all interior glass. Clean desk and tabletops. Dispose of trash properly. Damp mopping, also known as wet mopping. Properly clean and store the equipment. Is in washing your mop heads and then hanging them in an appropriate place so that they can air dry. In the cafeteria, you're going to want to select a chemical that is a sanitizer to clean the cafeteria tabletops with, because the sanitizer is going to be food service safe. A disinfectant would not provide the proper efficacy that we're looking for in this. In this case, we're looking for a sanitizer. So you're going to use that in conjunction with a Unger desk and tabletop cleaning kit with a short-handled microfiber. It would be our recommendation to use that to clean effectively and efficiently. You can select the appropriate color microfiber, whether if you're just doing your general cleaning, you can use the green and white. If you're using your sanitizer, I would recommend using a red one. After sanitizing the tabletops, we recommend then going to do your floor work, which then you can dust mop your floors, and then either wet mop your floors or utilize your auto scrubber. Going back into the kitchen staff is tasked with the standard 3-sink where they wash, rinse, and sanitize. The dish machine, most of the kitchens have a high temp dish machine that gets up to 180 degrees. And I mention that because, if you come over to my house for dinner, my dish machine is going to be lucky to get up to 110 degrees. But in the public sector, we are provided to show different levels of efficacy. And in that, getting it up to 180 degrees will kill and effectively eradicate any bacteria or viruses in that dish machine. In this frame, we're going to touch on restroom cleaning and disinfecting. It's very easy for me as I sit here to recommend this, but it's very important that you clean first and disinfect second in the restrooms. In that, you're going to first remove any impurities, and second, come back and disinfect. So that's going to be imperative that you select the right chemical, which would be a non-acid product like Big Shot, to clean your sinks, your porcelain, and your stainless steel fixtures. And secondly, you're going to come back with a different colored microfiber and wipe down the surfaces with a disinfectant. So the restrooms, the fundamentals, as far as this will allow you to do your job quickly in an efficient manner. You're going to want to gather your equipment, place a restroom close sign at the front door. That way, this will eliminate any slip and fall scenarios of somebody coming into the restroom while you're cleaning the floors and they're wet. You're going to wear personal protective equipment, which is very important in this sector. Spray inside and outside of toilets with disinfectant. Don't flush, allowing for appropriate dwell time of the disinfectant that you chose. Refill supplies and clean all dispensers, whether that be your hand soap, your toilet paper, or your paper towels. Remove trash, disinfect trash cans, and replace the liners as you're moving. Dust from top to bottom, picking up trash as you go. Dust mop the floor. Spray and wipe sinks, counters, and mirrors. Allow for disinfectant dwell times as appropriate with the product that you're utilizing. Remove graffiti and disinfect all high-touch surfaces. Clean both sides of the entrance doors with the disinfectant. Use bowl mops as a plunger to remove excess water. Scrub inside of the toilets and flush. Wipe outside of toilets, chains, or rinse cloths frequently. Treat drains and drain maintainer if necessary. Wet mop the floor with the disinfectant cleaner as you go. Inspect work and report any repairs as needed. Wrestling and locker rooms. You're going to want to select the proper disinfectant or sanitizer to disinfect these surfaces as you're moving through. An example, the one that we would select would be DC7, which is an all-purpose disinfectant and cleaner. The Sani-Rinse would be the product of choice for the wrestling mats because we're going to want to sanitize something that somebody could most likely be touching their face to. The disinfectant is going to be targeting the floors, the showers, and the high-touch surfaces. Utilizing an electrostatic sprayer makes cleaning locker and shower rooms a breeze by getting disinfectant to hard-to-reach places in a very quick and efficient manner.